I help independent retailers increase their turnover by helping them to implement the 5 steps outlined in my book, David and Goliath, How Independent Retailers Can Take on the Giants and Win. I've been supplying decorative lighting to retailers and department stores, including Harrods and Selfridges, for the past 17 years. And I have learned through first-hand experience the challenges that independent retailers face in running a successful and profitable business. Independent retailers are facing their toughest challenge since the rise of the national chain stores in the 1930s. Today, big online retailers such as Amazon and a host of national chain stores have an insatiable need to gobble up market share on an unprecedented level. And yet, recent research by the Leadership Factor indicates that more and more shoppers are actually preferring to buy their products from their local retailer. The big problem is that consumers constantly use independent retailers' showrooms to view and touch products that they've seen online. They then seek advice and expertise from their staff, and then they rush off and buy the exact same product online at a fraction of the cost. But here's the challenge. On average, the overheads for a bricks and mortar retailer are 3 times higher than their online counterparts, which means that if they want to keep the business, they either have to price match, which seriously erodes their margins, or they choose to stand their ground at the risk of losing the sale. Either way, they're on a hiding to nothing. So, what can the independent retailer do to overcome this daily onslaught? Thankfully, there is a solution. My job is to help independent retailers to become specialist retailers. Because when you're a specialist, you immediately set yourself apart from the giants and your other competition, and you begin to attract more of the right kind of customers and less of the wrong kind of customers who are just looking for a bargain. So, we take them through a 4-step process to help them achieve specialist status. We then introduce them to step 5, which helps them to gain market share by raising their personal profile. The reality is that there is no such thing as B2B or even B2C, only P2P, people to people. And of course, people buy from people. The biggest mistake that most independent retailers make is that they spend a lot of time and a lot of money peddling their products on social media and on websites, and they end up looking and sounding like everyone else. So we help them to stop hiding behind their products and bring their personality to the forefront of the business. In the end, it's who they are and what they are that makes them unique. And when they freely share their expertise and their insights with their customers, they gain customer confidence, and as a result, they attract more of the right kind of customers. So my dad was in retail all his life, and he was actually very well known for turning failing stores into thriving outlets. And yet, when he went into his own retail business, he really struggled. He struggled to make a living. So what happened? He was smart, he was intelligent, and he was very determined. Now I know many smart retailers, like my dad, who are also very determined. But they are so busy with the day-to-day running of their business, they fail to see golden nuggets of opportunities right there on the doorstep. So, if you think about a top sportsman or a top athlete, they wouldn't dream of going into a major tournament without a full-time professional coach. And any independent retailer who sincerely wants to play at the top of their game will need to do the same. So our 5-step coaching guide will not only help them to play at the top of their game, but it will also help them to get big results. So my purpose today is to ask you for an introduction to speak with independent retailers across the nation so that I can help them achieve big results and overcome their giants and win. Thank you for listening.